Neutrons are a very special tool for materials research because they allow you to go down to the atomic level and understand both where atoms are or molecules are and how they move, what they do. The best example I can give you is in my pocket. The charge on the mobile phone needs to move around for the battery to work. Neutrons allow you to actually track at the atomic level these motions, and therefore it's a very special technique that we use. Currently, I am leading two projects in the last couple of years. First one has to do with the study of construction materials. This is a consortium across the MPC, as well as the DIPC and groups at the University of the Basque Country, as well as industry. At the level of industrial uses or applications, we both work with them to develop new equipment, new scientific equipment, and at the same time, we also work with companies like Artelu to be able to develop new methodologies to study construction materials. For the most part, at the moment, we use large-scale facilities which are not here in the Basque Country. We go to places like Japan, like Germany, like France, like the UK, because that's the place where high flux neutrons can be produced and used. Yeah, the second project is closely linked to the previous one, and it tries to go beyond the state of the art. As I mentioned earlier, we do have to go outside, abroad, to use neutrons and to do our research, but times are changing very rapidly over the past decade, and there is now the exciting prospect of developing compact neutron sources that could be housed and afforded by, for example, a research center or a university or a consortium of them locally. To this end, we have created a working group over the past few months, and in this working group, involving the IPC, MPC, as well as the University of the Basque Country, we are conducting a feasibility study to understand what level of provision in terms of neutrons would be useful for both scientific and industrial applications in the foreseeable future here. Just shortly after I joined IKUR Basque in 2019, I realized that there was a very strong research programs in the Basque Country concerning construction materials. And through quite a few discussions, as well as a few experiments as well in these labs over the pandemic, we realized that neutrons could add a competitive edge to what's been done here that has not been exploited before. And we are even now considering how these lessons could be ported to other areas like space and planetary science, geology, for example, even biology. At the level of the second project, which is the provision of neutrons, the possible provision of neutrons in the Basque Country, I have to note that in Europe at the moment, there's not a single compact neutron source. Most of the developments are taking place in Japan, with people we collaborate, and in China, and therefore at a European and international level, any progress in this direction would place Euskadi in a very, very favorable position.